everyone, and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I am your host, John. This week is an exciting week. This week was a week that I'm just looking forward to talking about a lot of stuff, honestly. So I would say that we just get right into it because I am just quivering with anticipation.
Ew.
This week, Michael's here.
Hi, hello. Don't quiver around me.
You can't stop me.
Yes, I can. You want to see?
Try it.
Okay.
Try it.
I have my own quiver. It's full of arrows.
I will be riddled with them by the end of the night. Scott's here.
Hey everyone, it's your boy. I threw up a peace sign even though I knew no one was looking. I do that really instinctively now. I hate it.
God's looking.
He is. Sorry, they are. Love them.
Sure. Trax, hello.
Hello. I'm here. I have
Yes.
nothing interesting to say. Hello.
None of us
Did
do. You just kind of go with it. It just comes
Yeah.
out, and you're just like, yep, that's my intro now.
I'm Trex.
Did you throw up any, peace signs?
I
or,
did wave, now that I'm
Nice.
thinking about it.
Nice, very nice.
Exactly. Michael, did you do anything with your hands? I mean, you were kind of threatening me, so did you, shake your fist at me or, wag your finger?
My two hands made like a circle, like they were wrapping around someone's throat.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that meant, though. Who knows? It's open to interpretation. It could be anything.
I have a few ideas.
It's like an ink blot. You see in it what you believe is there. There is no real answer.
It's like a creepypasta.
Just like a creepypasta.
Just like a creepypasta.
Why do
yeah.
they call it pasta? Why pasta?
Because you slurp that shit right up.
No, it's,
No.
I don't
That's the
slurp
real
them up.
answer.
No,
Give us the
listen.
creepypasta lore, John.
Yeah.
I know why. It's because originally, its origins are from image boards, 4chan and stuff like that, where the original usage of the term was copy pasta, and that was just people would take really long stories or things that were just copied down over and over and posted on the site, and they would call it was copy and pasting it, so they called it copy pasta. And then specifically once people started writing scary stories and they got passed around in that way, it got changed to creepypasta.
That's real dumb.
I think we should start using the term creepy paste. I definitely want to creepy paste a couple things here. I think that could really hit. What do you think?
I think
No.
I have a creepypasta about creepy paste. Yeah.
Yeah, the creepypasta is, and then they started using creepy paste in vernacular. Ooh, yeah, that is a nightmare.
I was thinking of Elmer's glue, but it had a ghost in it.
And
Wow.
you wouldn't be able to know because you couldn't tell because the ghost is white and the glue is white.
The ghost isn't sticky, though.
Yeah, but you still couldn't tell if the ghost stayed still.
I guess. And then it's just macaroni all over him.
I mean, if things don't go well for it.
Alright, macaroni and glitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
A bunch of kindergartners eating the ghost.
Just hands. It's oh no, God, what a terrible way to kind of live. I don't know.
To die again.
So if a ghost is ripped apart like that, do they simultaneously exist in multiple kindergartner stomachs?
Well, I mean,
Are they possessed?
ghost-
Are those children possessed now?
so one of two things would happen. In my opinion,
Your
I think
demonologist expert opinion, yeah.
Yeah. So I think either they would possess the children, like you said, or if the ghost can pass through walls, then the ghost can just float out of the child and then just reform.
Oh, that's anticlimactic.
But how adhesive
I don't
is it is the question.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
Nice.
It's like those balls you would throw against the wall, and they would slowly walk down the wall.
Very nice.
That's this ghost.
Nice.
There's something strange in your neighborhood.
And it's us.
Who are you gonna call? It's us. Yeah, it's us.
Ew.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
It sure does.
Yep.
I will never get over that part of the movie.
Which
like,
part?
They no, listen. They play that song.
That part.
They play that song at like fucking kids' birthday parties or like Halloween parties.
Uh-huh.
And the part where they say Bustin' feels good in that song is specifically synced up with the part where Dan Aykroyd gets his dick sucked by a ghost.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, not in the movie. No.
I thought it did.
No. In your memory, maybe. Were you just playing the song on loop while watching Ghostbusters separately?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Is this just maybe something you saw on YouTube?
I really like Ghostbusters, so maybe I was like watching it while listening to the theme song, while eating Ghostbusters cereal, while wearing a Ghostbusters shirt, while wearing a proton pack on my back, while quoting the movie many times.
Sure. Cats and dogs.
Yeah.
It's
Living
true.
together.
It's
Yeah.
true. This man has no dick.
That's fair.
Because, yeah, it's like a creepy synth music during that part. It's not a celebratory, yeah, dick suck me, ghost suck my dick, yeah. Like, it's not like, yeah, I get the ghosts. Like, that's not what any of those scenes are about.
If the Mythbusters died and came back to life, every time they busted a myth, would it be ghost busted?
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
That is really good.
I think
Holy
that's yes.
shit.
I think yes, actually.
Yes.
That's exactly
Yes.
what happens.
That's what the next Ghostbusters movie should be. Is just get the Mythbusters back, and then they all
They just
die.
kill them over and over again.
Good, finally.
And then they don't bust ghosts anymore, they just bust myths.
Mm.
That's really good.
John, are you okay?
So no, I looked it up. I just looked it up.
That was really good silence from the podcast
Yeah.
host.
No, because listen, I just looked it up, and we're both kind of right. Okay.
All
About
right.
the Mythbusters?
Yeah, about the
no,
Mythbusters?
about-
Did they
about-
die and
no.
turn into the Ghostbusters? What are you talking about?
About the Ghostbusters part with the song. It plays like the drums like right before he says Bustin' makes me feel good, but it doesn't actually say Bustin' makes me feel good. So it's close.
Hold on. That means I'm right. We're not both right.
Well, because it's like it's easy to see why I would be fooled. So
No, your statement was
almost
that
have it.
your statement was that they said Bustin' makes me feel good when Dan Aykroyd's dick be sucked. That is not what happens.
I was close, okay?
Whatever. You're writing your erotic Ghostbusters fiction.
No, I'm not. I no. Look, let's move on, please, before I die. Scott, let's
Hey.
talk to you because it's been a little while.
Yeah, it has.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm gonna plug this every time I'm here. We put out some more episodes of Wrestling on Air. The latest one coming out is the season finale of season 2. And I'm like genuinely very excited about the production of this one. We put way more effort into this than we usually do. And I love the way it turned out. And I'm so excited. You okay?
I'm sorry, I just got so startled. Holy shit. A fucking ad started playing on one of the web pages I was on, and that was like the scariest thing ever. Like I just heard boom, boom, like a really loud, holy shit.
Okay.
Why do you
Speaking
have
of ghosts,
Why do
I'm
you have
sorry.
websites
Holy
open?
fuck.
Because he doesn't care about us, obviously.
Yeah.
yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? I have websites open so I can look at the fucking news articles. Shut up.
Uh-huh.
You're ruining our secrets.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
People are supposed to think that we just pull news out of our ass.
But yeah, well, it's a fun show.
sorry.
I hope y'all someday, maybe you will. Who knows? Yeah, I've been very busy, honestly, doing a lot of work putting that show together. But I have spent plenty of time playing video games.
Which video games have you interacted with recently?
Oh, I played through Tacoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a review and a video on the site, and you and Trex did the video.
That's
so
correct.
Would you like to talk about Tacoma?
I would like to talk about Tacoma. I also want to talk about Niall's review a little bit. I went and read that after I finished the game, and he kind of posits that the ending comes very out of nowhere, and that he maybe didn't do as much exploring as other people did, but I completely disagree with that. I feel like the ending, if you do spend the time and you, like, manage to piece together a bunch of, like, really important little things about some of the other characters in the story, like, the ending makes so much sense, and it's such a cool reveal. And it's like, I want people who play that game to, like, take the time to explore it and, like, just take your time. Don't rush through it. It's a very good game.
So, Gone Home, I think, did a lot of things to encourage you to explore. Does Tacoma kind of do similar stuff where you almost need to, like, look around nooks and crannies to push everything along? Or is it just kind of, you could accidentally skip something and skip a big story beat or character development and then kind of have a result like Niall did?
I think Tacoma is way more linear than Gone Home is, even though Gone Home is a linear game, but it's like, it does section off the places that you go to, and within those places there are, like, little subsections, and it's like, you can just, like, skip a subsection, but then you get no information from it, but it's like, it's all there, and it's all clearly labeled, and it's just, go and look at those things. Go and, like, investigate them. I feel like I know exactly the places Niall, like, didn't go, because he didn't get key bits of the story. And that's like disheartening. It's also kind of cool, but it's like, I really wish he managed to get the same experience I did when I was playing it, and that reveal happens, and it's like, oh shit, that was linked to this thing and this thing. It also does something cool that, like, Gone Home really didn't try to do, where Gone Home had a whole bunch of these smaller stories surrounding the big one. Everyone had their own little things, and you could kind of tell what the mom, the dad, and everyone were up to. Like, just, and there's, like, a ghost story too. It's weird. But it's like, everyone has their own smaller stories, but they all stay kind of separate, and it's up to you to find those things if you want to. What Tacoma does is they manage to take those smaller stories and manage to fit them into the plot as a whole. And it's really cool. It's really neat. It's a really cool game. I think people should play it for themselves and trying not to say spoilers as much as possible. But, like, go into that zero expectations. Don't look up anything. Just do it. And take your time, explore. I know $30 is maybe a bit of a high price tag for, like, what amounts to, for the most part, like a 2-hour-ish, 3-hour game. So maybe wait till it goes on sale, but it's really cool, and I think everyone should play it.
Is it like Gone Home where you probably can't replay it because you would just burn through it real quick?
No, because it is more linear. Like, sections of the space station are, like, you cannot go to them in the beginning of the game. You have to go through, like, the sections they tell you to go through. Okay. I kind of want to replay it just because I want to, like, maybe spend time just playing pool by myself. Like, there's little mini games that Gone Home didn't have. Like, there's a functioning pool table and you can just play pool.
You can do that in real life.
I know, but you can do it in Tacoma as well.
You can also do that in Duke Nukem 3D.
Okay. Oh, well, then you shouldn't do it at all, ever.
But no, it's like, the achievements too kind of give you a good reason to go back and explore and try to find things you didn't. So it's like, you know, there's some replayability to it, but for the most part, once you know the story, you know the story. And you know, you'll probably get some other smaller details you might have missed the last time you played, but It's like, you know, the story is the story, and it goes one way. So,
and one last question.
Sure.
So, like, what, for me, especially, Gone Home was probably, like, the first, quote, walking simulator I ever played. Mm-hmm. So, a part of me really my headspace invested into that, but also a part of me was always saying, what are you doing? Run to the next thing, run to the next thing. Did you maybe go into Tacoma like with already the knowledge of like the Gone Home and knowing how that played and all the other walking sims that have come since, did you maybe go into Tacoma kind of knowing what you needed to do?
Mm-hmm.
And do you think like if someone was new, like if someone had not played Gone Home or hasn't played a Gone Home like in forever, do you think someone coming into it would kind of do what Niall did and accidentally skip over stuff? Because games, like every other game, teaches you to find the door with the light over it that has a flashing yellow thing next to it, go there, and don't look at anything else. Do you think maybe that just the nature of video games kind of makes it difficult to play Tacoma and soak everything in?
I don't necessarily think that's true. Tacoma does a good job of like labeling everything, even like side things. So you know where a thing is. It's just up to you to like go and do that thing, basically. Like everyone has personal quarters, and there's like there's one in each section of the ship that corresponds to a crew member, and it's up to you to like go and maybe explore that. And there's never anything super plot relevant in them, but there's always these nice little personal touches. Like you get to see how this person lives their life on this ship, or what exactly, like how they live their lives, and you get to like, you get closer to the characters because of that. And that's something like any player would definitely be able to discover on their own. It's definitely a successor to Gone Home. Like it definitely comes from Gone Home, and you can see the what's the best way of putting it? Like you can see the genetics of Gone Home in Tacoma. You can still pick up items and rotate them and look at them, and it's that kind of game. Yeah. You can put items back where you first saw them. Yeah.
Yes!
But yeah, it does that, but like you have a whole bunch of other mechanics as well to toy around with, so it's not just that. Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, if you like Gone Home, you will find yourself very easily, very ready to play this game. It's not a complicated game, it's simple, it's easy to play. I think anyone could get into it pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think the only real hurdle is the price tag.
Yeah.
Okay. It's about what I expected, I'm like Gone Home was excellent, and after they got so much attention from that, I'm glad that they decided to keep going and that they made something bigger and better.
Mm-hmm. I do kind of agree with Niall that the story isn't nearly as emotionally resonant as Gone Home. It's like it's nowhere near as personal as it is in Tacoma, but it's still very good, and it's still worth seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been playing anything else that you'd like to talk about?
I have finished one ending of Nier Automata.
Okay,
Nier a tomato.
You've barely played it, then.
I got through chapter 1.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I've just been like playing that on and off as like my go-to. I'm not doing anything else game, and it's like, it's cool. Like, I like that game a lot. Now that I'm in playthrough 2, I don't necessarily like the combat as much.
That's kind of the point, almost?
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely see that. Like, it encourages you not to fight anywhere near as much and do other things maybe, or just run away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's a cool game. I'm definitely gonna stick with it. That's the Nier Automata update for me. Like, that's where I'm at. Playthrough 2. It's cool. It's a cool, fun game with the big swords that I like to swing at things. Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I am currently playing Absolver.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is a pretty big release. Now, this is something that I've glanced at Absolver because I've seen a lot of people compare it to fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that people are comparing it to that kind of turns me off from it.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
Dark Souls, yeah. So, I would like to hear, like what kind of game is Absolver, and, like, what kind of, like, what do you think, what kind of person would be interested in it, would you think?
So I think Dark Souls fans would definitely be interested in this type of game, but I don't really think it's a Dark Souls game. Like
Sure.
It's a little more like For Honor, honestly, where it's like there is a system set in place that works really well for 1v1 duels, but it has all these other things you can do. It's Soulsy in maybe a level design way where everything's kind of interconnected and you run around and you do things, and the levels themselves are small and contained but manage to lead into bigger things, and that's kind of neat. Absolver also has like a mingle player aspect to it, similar to Dark Souls, but instead of
could you explain what that is?
Mingle player is like the idea of a single player game, but there's like other things happening alongside of it with other players. Like in Dark Souls, people would leave notes on the ground and you can read them, or you'll find like blood stains and you can see how people died from that. But in Absolver, you kind of just randomly run into other people, sort of like Journey.
Okay.
And you can just you can look at them, you can ask, hey, do you want to come be on my team? Or you can fight them, or leave them alone. It's just other people playing the game alongside you. And it's neat.
Okay.
It's a really, really cool concept. I've been playing with a couple friends, and we've just been partying up and rolling around, and that's been a fun way to play. But I've equally enjoyed as much just running around by myself, randomly running into another person, and then having this moment of, is this guy gonna try to fucking kill me? Should I try to be their friend? Should I do a thumbs up emote over and over again so they know I'm friendly? Or should I kick this motherfucker in the face?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that plenty of times. Like, I did a bunch of thumbs up and then I Superman punched someone. It's fun.
All right, well, that does sound interesting. It's kind of neat that I have been vocal about my disillusionment with like Souls likes and people just kind of copying and pasting Dark Souls, but covering it up with something different. But I do like stuff like For Honor and now Absolver, where it's like I feel like people are taking the idea of Dark Souls, but they are actually like putting their own spin on it, and they are like trying to do something different. They're taking things from other this is more like a fighting game. This is more of a PvP based game. Like I like that. I like taking things and like being inspired by them instead of just being like, oh god, we have to make a Souls game because that'll sell 1 million copies because people want to play another Souls game. I feel
like the Dark Souls comparisons are very, like, trivial. Like, it's not... If you're a Dark Souls fan, you'll probably get into it pretty easily, but it's not like Dark Souls at all. Like, it's its own thing. It is kind of like a fighting game. You have combos, you have mix-ups. You can make your own combos, which is really fucking weird and deep, and I'm into it. And I like unlock it. You can like kind of farm people doing moves to you and like dodging and blocking them until you learn how to do that move yourself, and then you can use it on other people. It's fucking cool.
So it's a Remember Me like.
Yes, it's exactly like Remember Me. No, it's
does anyone remember Me?
Shush.
Unfortunately. No, what? Remember Me, I think it's a bad rap. It's not.
Nah, it's not that
fine.
bad.
No, Absolver's cool. I'm gonna try to get a video up of it soon, just so people can see what it's like. But it definitely plays like a fighting game. You have lights, you have heavies, you can like chain things, you have different combo. It's cool. It's really cool.
Okay,
I like it.
Okay. Is there anything else that you've played?
Probably a couple things. It's been a while since I've been on, but that's like the big three I can think of.
Yeah. If there's nothing else major, we'll move on. Trex.
Yes, that's me.
Hello. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm glad to hear it. I'm okay. How are things going? What's been up lately?
Ooh, my shoulder popped out of place.
Uh-oh.
Nothing much other than that.
Do you have to go to the hospital?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
Work. Started school again.
That's good.
And played some video games in my spare time. I actually have more time to play video games now
Nice.
that I've started school, which seems backwards, but I don't work as much, so you know how that goes. Anyway, time to talk about some good games that I've been playing.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so I've been playing Zero Escape 999. And it's, well, I finished that. I'm on like the second one. We'll talk about the second one in a bit, but I want to talk about the first one first. It's a really good game, and I remember like starting it on the DS when I was like a freshman in high school, and that was way long ago, but I like got stuck immediately like on the first puzzle of this game. And now that I'm playing it now, it's like, you know, I can actually get through it. So basically it's a sort of thriller puzzle murder mystery kind of game. Similar to Danganronpa. There's a lot of similarities to Danganronpa.
It's the same developers, right?
Yes.
Not the same developers.
I can't think of the name.
I think it's the same publisher. They're both Spike Chunsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's such a good game. It's like mildly challenging. So it's like good if you want to like challenge yourself and like really think about puzzles and stuff, but it's also good if you like kind of want to just breeze through it and like really get into the story. And the story starts off where you are the main character, and you start off by waking up on a boat and you are stuck in a room. And basically, this game is so hard to explain. Basically, there's a lot to it.
I mean, you can use more broad strokes.
Yeah.
You don't have to just like explain how every beat by beat. You know, like what do you do to progress through the game?
See, that's the thing. It's a little tricky. Basically,
It's puzzles, right?
yeah. Oh yeah. So your main objective is to get off of this boat, and you're with a few other people, 9 other people, and you have 9 hours to get off of this ship. The ship also has 9 doors, and you also have watches on your wrist, which every person is given a number. And basically, to get through a door, each door is numbered, and you have to pair up with the people whose numbers on their watch will add up to, I forgot the name for it. Kind of. So like, if your numbers add up to 10, you have to then make it a single number. So you have to add the 1 to the 0. And that would be 1. So their number would technically be 1 instead of 10. So they would be able to go through the one door, and only 3 to 5 people can go through a door at a time. So there's so much to this game that I don't want to like, because then they have to like go through the door and they have a certain amount of time before they die and blah, blah, blah. And you have to do certain things in a certain amount of time. And it's just like, it's a game that somebody would definitely have to play to understand, because I've tried.
Yeah, it's a visual novel mostly, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's a visual novel, but like when it comes down to like you have to break out of these rooms, it's kind of like a click and point adventure. So you just kind of have to like click on things, pick up objects, combine the objects in order to do certain tasks, or you have to like do an equation or something. There's a lot of different puzzles, whether it be math puzzles or just finding things that is incorporated into this game.
All right.
Yeah, it's the second game is even more confusing. We'll talk about that in a second. But one of the things that I really like about this game, and like anybody that knows me knows that I really, 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 really like Danganronpa, and we basically all do at Chooch. This is the Danganronpa Club. Danganronpa is a great game. My problem with Danganronpa is I felt that the ending didn't quite tie up everything. It kind of left a lot of... I mean, it was purposely left to have a lot of loose ends to kind of continue the game into like a second game, but I felt like there was just like a lot of questions left. And one of the things that I liked about 999 was it still kind of had that aspect of what happens next, but I felt like everything was so much better tied together at the end. And that's like my biggest thing that I love about 999. And it's more interactive than Danganronpa, I think. And that's kind of what I really, really like about this game.
Okay. Have you started a second playthrough of 999 yet?
I finished the whole thing. Like, I got all the endings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went ham.
Okay, good.
All
yeah.
Right. What are you playing it on?
I'm actually playing it on Steam. It's on Steam right now. Scott actually got it for my birthday for me.
What up?
How nice.
So nice.
But yeah, because like pretty much everyone I've talked to who's recommended that game to me has been like, you got to play it on DS because there's so many puzzles in that game that are like DS, like they're made better by playing it on the DS.
Yeah, I could see that, but like I played with my controller on Steam and I didn't have a problem with it. I was just kind of like, oh, this kind of makes sense on the DS, but you know, it's not like a big deal.
Sure.
Like you type numbers into a keypad and that's about it.
Sure.
You should just play the mobile version that doesn't have any of the escape rooms.
It's just
the mobile version I read
novel.
actually has a different, another secret ending that you can get.
Oh, neat.
But I'm kind of too lazy to go out and buy that one, so I kind of read what happened. So
that's probably the way to go, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you if you already spent all that time to play through the game already. You don't need to A, spend more money on it, and B, play through all of it again just to see one ending. Like,
it's a long
fine.
game. There's a lot of choices, and the second one is even longer, which is why I haven't finished it yet. I can't even count how many endings there are or what it looks like. There's like at least like 15 different endings as opposed to like 999, which has like 6 different endings, I think.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so
I heard Zero Time Dilemma is even more ridiculous.
Yeah, the second one, oh my gosh. It's a lot. Okay. It's a lot more challenging to explain, this one. I'm going to start off by saying comparing it to Danganronpa. I know I'm comparing it to Danganronpa a lot, but like it's my type of game. You know, Danganronpa is my type of game, and 999 kind of you know is my type of game. Murder mystery bullshit. Like that's the stuff I like. That's the stuff I just slurp up like a spaghetti. And the second one, what I really like about it is it adds to the story, I feel like, but it has like a completely different story and kind of a completely different like playthrough and aspect to it. Like you're not stuck on a boat and you're with so many different people, and you know there's even the mascot that's similar to Monokuma called Zero the Third, and he's like this AI bunny, and he is so cute. I love him. I love him so much. I felt like whereas Danganronpa 2, it's very much like the same game, the same you had to do like the same
like
things.
Set of rules and all that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So the second Zero Escape is basically you wake up in a factory and you're stuck in a room with another person and you don't know this person, supposedly. And so you're with a bunch of different people. When you get out of that, you're in this little warehouse or whatever, factory warehouse thing. And you do have the doors, but the game is a little bit different where the doors are colored and you have watches that are certain colors and you have to like find like that color being like the complementary color between you and 2 other people's watches.
That's pretty good, actually. I like that.
Yeah, it's strange. And it's okay. This part's going to be really hard to explain, so excuse me if this is really confusing. Basically, every round, every time everybody gets out of the rooms, their watches will shuffle, so you're a different color every single time. And there's 3 groups that have 2 people in their group, which is weird. Like the watch will say solo or it'll say pair. And if you're in a pair, you have to find the other person who's that pair. And basically anything that you and your partner do counts as one person, if that makes any sense. And what I also like about this is after you get out of the room, you have to go into the ambidex room and you have to do a voting, which is similar to like the prisoner's dilemma. And they use that in the game. They talk about the prisoner's dilemma where you and the other person in your group have to like vote whether to betray that person or to ally them. And depending on what you and that person choose depends on it has like a different like point outcome, I guess. And you have to like rank up 9 points in order to escape this factory. It's so confusing. Like the second one's even more confusing. And it took a little bit for even me playing it to be like, oh, I get what's going on now. Like and I've only completed one ending so far. So I need to get the rest of them, but it takes so long to play these games. So if you like to waste time, go and play these games.
Yeah.
But it's really enticing. It's a good story.
It sounds like they used the first game to set up your expectations for it and then completely flip them and do brand new things with those ideas.
Yeah, it's really interesting how they did it. Like, you see a lot of sequels to games that are basically the first game, just a little bit different. And I feel like this one was like a lot of it different, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else?
No, my mouth hurts. Too much
Fair
talking.
enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, you take a break there. Michael.
Hello, hi. I was
going?
picking my favorite Pokemon by type.
Oh, you were doing that too?
Yeah. The last time I did it, I couldn't figure out how to translate it to English, so I did it in Spanish. This time I found the English button.
Okay.
Oh, there's an English button?
Yeah, it's at the top.
I just did it in Spanish.
It's at the top. I didn't see it until the second time. I saw more people do it in English. I'm like, I can't be this dumb. Come on.
Michael, would you like to, real quick, before you get back to ranking your Pokemon, would you like to give us a little update on what's been going on with you?
I guess I can. But I don't know. Squirtle is the best Pokemon, so I'm just going to put Squirtle in all these categories.
Squirtle, best fairy type. Squirtle, best grass type. Got it.
Debatable.
Done.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Sure.
Squirtle's like the second best grass type.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's talk about video games. I played that Destiny 2 beta on the PC.
Ooh, I did as well. It's a very nice looking version of that game.
It looks great. It handles really well as too. Like it
does.
It feels like a game made on the PC. It doesn't feel like, you know, sometimes you pick up a console game on a PC and it just kind of, it's a little clunky. Some of the UI is off. That game feels like, and some of the controls I didn't necessarily like.
Oh no, the button mapping is atrocious.
Yeah, I was sitting there. So they have like 2 levels and a multiplayer strike. And I think one other thing. I didn't really play too much of it.
It's the main mission, a strike, and 2 multiplayer PvP maps.
Okay.
Or modes.
I only played the main mission. It was really neat. It actually made me interested in Destiny. I don't. Granted, it's a beta, so I don't know if it's indicative of the larger game. I found it really weird that your character didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I mentioned that on Twitter, and someone linked me to some of the cutscenes from the original game, and your character totally talks in that original game. So don't know why this one doesn't. Maybe that's just I don't know. It would have to be in by now, so...
Yeah, they talk, but not a lot. Like, there's maybe 1 or 2 scenes where they talk, and it's usually like, got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird, only because there is so much more personality in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play the first one, so maybe the first one had some interjected somewhere, but just in that first cutscene, there's like 4 or 5 different personalities in one room. And then here you come, silent. It's really stark when you hear there's some kind of cliche personalities, and you're just like, man with gun, must shoot. But the shooting feels great. It looks great. I'm really kind of surprised. It feels a lot like a Bungie game. As someone who loved Halo and played a lot of Halo, it feels like a Bungie game. The enemies, to me, look like giant hamsters from far away, but act like the brutes from Halo. They're big dudes who are holding humans up with one hand, and I'm supposed to shoot them. It's just some of that, even though it's fun to shoot them, some of that feels real, just kind of plain in one note to me, because I've heard this note before in other stanzas of this game in other iterations. But it looks,
and on top of that, it is very, very similar to Destiny, which if you played it, you did a lot of that.
Yeah, just in the parts in that mission, I kind of got bored real quick, even though it felt really cool to shoot. And there's a part really early on where they just shove you into an armory, and you're just like looking at all these different guns, and that felt awesome. But then I wanted to like go back, like, okay, cool, I like this gun, I want to go change it. Like I don't want to keep it anymore. I want to see what else there is. So that was a little strange that I couldn't kind of, even though the whole thing felt like a demo, I really couldn't. I would have to quit out and replay it again. There's a lot of concerns I have just from playing it, but I can totally understand why someone would, especially having played that, pick up Destiny 2 and invest a lot of time into it. It felt incredible for a PC game. I only played a little bit of the first one, and this one just feels smooth and responsive. It felt like a PC game, which is, I think, the best thing I can say about a PC port. That a lot of people worried about. Though real strange to have to open up BattleNet to do that.
Yeah.
Real weird to see a list of like Blizzard games, and then underneath it just says Activision, Destiny 2. But I had a lot of fun with it. I had more fun than I kind of thought. I also wish it would do. I don't know how the loot works in Destiny 2, but I kind of expected loot to drop off of every enemy, and it felt really weird when you're not leveling up and you're not, the only thing you're collecting from enemies is health and ammo. That it's like, oh, then why am I killing all these? Like, other than the fact that they're a threat, like I don't feel like I'm earning anything. It's just a loot-based game like that. When I think of something like that, I think of Diablo, or I think of Borderlands, where practically everything I kill drops something at least worth ignoring. You know, like, oh, that's a gray gun, I don't need it. Or it's a green gun, I don't need it. I kind of wish there was more of that loot draw, like that loot lust with Destiny.
That's exactly how it is in Destiny 1. Like, everything drops stuff for you. But I'm assuming they took it out just for that beta. And you do get loot, but it's like at the end of multiplayer missions and the strike and stuff, and it's like, I'm never going to use this because I'm not going to play this beta again. So, but I'm assuming Destiny 2 is going to be very similar in like Destiny 1 in the sense of like enemies are constantly dropping stuff for you.
I hope so, because if that's the case, then why isn't it in the demo? Like, that's a demo. You can tell me it's a beta all you want.
Playing that demo a couple times, the weapons and stuff that they give you are very, very limited. So I understand why. Like, it is a small slice of what is actually, like, of what they actually want to show.
Yeah, but it's a beta. It's not like, or it's supposed to be a beta. It's only a few weeks out from launch, so it's the only thing it's really testing is the network and the BattleNet stuff. So you could have just put that stuff in there. I don't know. It's a weird. Even as someone who didn't play much of Destiny, or almost any of it, playing that and looking at it as a demo, it almost no-sold me on the game. Of just like, oh, well, I thought this was more loot-based. I don't want to play it. So I would not have known that until I watched a YouTube video of it or ignored it. So that's real strange that that's not in there.
Like, as someone who's played a lot of Destiny, I can kind of basically assure you that's how I'm expecting at least the main game to go. But I completely see where you're coming from. Yeah.
What else? I played a little bit of XCOM. I've been like pushing my way through that just because I never completed it on the console. This plays so much better on the PC than it ever did on the old 360. It's really neat to go back to it. I know XCOM 2 just had a DLC drop, but I still need to try and even beat XCOM 1. I've never been able to beat it. It always feels like it screws me over some way. I would always get really frustrated when like a 60% shot would miss, but I feel like I'm doing a lot better this time. I have a better handle on it. And the only other game I think that's relevant that I've been playing is Rock of Ages 2.
Oh,
all right.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have a review up by the time this goes up. But I'll do my best to quickly kind of describe this game. It is a strategy racing tower defense game with a Monty Python aesthetic and sense of humor. In the first one, you were Sisyphus, and you were pushing your boulder down hills to crash into castle gates to defeat Greek gods, and eventually you moved on to different periods of history. In this one, you are Atlas. You were holding up the world, you dropped it, and then you fell into it along with Sisyphus's boulder, and now you have to Super Mario 3 or Super Mario World, like overworld style, go around Europe and fight William Wallace from Scotland, or Van Gogh, or Adam and Eve, or a burning giraffe, in downhill races with tower defense. You have to launch your boulder, and you have to go down a kind of a course, and each person you face has a different course. And at the very end is their castle, and you have to hit the door as hard as you can, and it usually takes 3 to 4 runs down the course. In between tosses, because it takes a while for your boulder to be built, you are on the enemy's course, who has like a mirror image of the same course you do. You are building different traps. That's anything from like stone walls, to springboards, to catapults, to whales that suck the ball into their mouth and then spit it out, or hot air balloons that have lions dangling from ropes that will catch the ball and start scratching at it. What else is there? Is exploding barrels, and you're trying to either stall your opponent or hurt your opponent, because the more damage they take, the less damage they do to your door. So it is always about trying to destroy your enemy's items, because that gives you more gold, which lets you build things. Getting through the course as quickly as possible without careening off the side, which Mario Kart style, you get picked up by God's hand and dropped back on. And always trying to hit the castle door as quickly as possible in this weird, ludicrous kind of fucking strategy game.
Yeah.
It's got all kinds of stuff where you choose the loadout you go into every match with. So you can choose one kind of boulder. Each boulder is a different like attributes. So one boulder is a normal boulder. One is an inflated cow that takes less damage, but is a little floatier, a little easier to control. One is just a wheel, so it isn't round. It's not a sphere. It's just round like a wheel. And so it's harder to control, but you can pick up more speed. One is covered in tar, and wherever you land, it will darken those squares, and your opponent can't put traps on those squares. But it's also not as easy to control. So you can sometimes pick one boulder and a bunch of traps, or you can pick 2 boulders and change it up every time, and then you get fewer slots to put in your traps. It has a weird level of depth and strategy for a game where you're playing as Naked Atlas, and the intro to the Van Gogh level has him throwing up on your boulder, throwing his ear at you to find out where you are, and then finding you and throwing up on you. So there's some the opening to the Adam and Eve level is Atlas finding Adam and Eve and then throwing out a Pokeball with the snake that the devil is, and he uses the apple of knowledge, and it's super effective, and then you fight them. The loading screens look like fighting game loading screens, where Atlas is like putting up his dukes, and whomever you're fighting is in their fighting stance. It's a fucking ridiculous game. It is a completely ridiculous game. It's so weird, but if you can get over like the Monty Python, if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're into like absurdity, and you're into like quasi race tower defense, it might be for you. It might be something you're really into. but I could also see how someone would pick it up and think that this is just the most ludicrous, dumb thing they've ever seen. It's really all about like your own taste, what you like, and it's also very frustrating sometimes. The boulders have a lot of momentum. A lot of the items feel like they don't really stop the opponent. I've seen opponents get tripped up on my stone walls, and I've seen them just blast right through them. It can be really frustrating when you like just the physics kind of can't figure out if you should stay on an edge or go careening off, or you might get caught on like a cliff edge off the race course and clearly can't get back on, but it hasn't like judged you to be off the race course. So you kind of have to go commit suicide and you're just losing precious seconds because it is hard sometimes to build up the momentum when you stop it. A lot of little quirks about this game that they never fixed from the first one that can be very frustrating. So it's a fucking strange game. I can't believe there's a second one.
Yeah, the first one came out like 5 years ago.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 years ago, and now they're just finally putting out the new one, and, you know, sure.
It's weird. It's the same people who did, it's Ace Team, and they did, I'm totally not just gonna Google it. Ace Team, here we go. It's Atlas published, and it's the same people who did Xenoclash. So that kind of gives you an idea of the warped, twisted minds this comes from. But it's still, there's something fascinating about it. It's like staring into the eyes of a predator. It's like, this thing could kill me, or it's my new best friend. I don't know. So yeah, that review should hopefully be up by the time you're listening to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Hold on.
Okay.
My favorite rock type was Golem. My favorite bug was, of course, Scyther. Fairy was Togepi, because, come on, he's adorable.
Mine's Togekiss, the fully evolved form of Togepi.
You kiss my ass. It's Togepi. God damn it.
Dude, Togekiss is like a fucking weird bird thing.
Togekiss is really cute.
I love Togekiss.
Oh, that's my favorite, too. I see it. Nice. I don't remember what I put on my chart. It's all in Spanish.
But yeah, so I guess... May I go, Michael?
No.
May I?
No.
Okay, then I guess we're just gonna sit here until you'll let me.
Class vote.
Alright, who votes I can go?
No.
Well,
all right,
I said...
How about this?
Yes.
What game are you going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about the Danganronpa V3 demo.
Okay, go for it.
Damn it.
Okay. So yeah, so I played that demo. I've already talked about it a bit on social media, but I feel like I need to air my frustrations audibly. I'm very, very worried about that game. I'm very worried about it. I was worried about it before I played this demo, and the demo made me even more worried. The writing in the Danganronpa series has, like, after 2, has dropped off pretty significantly. Ultra Despair Girls had some good moments, and I liked a good amount of it, but there was also a lot of, like, really bad shock value stuff that I felt was, just I rolled my eyes at a lot of it, and some of it I was straight up like, yeah, that's disgusting. Like, no. And then I actively couldn't finish the anime, which may I remind you, is completely canon, because it was so awful and boring, and then I found out what happens at the end, and I was, like, actively offended that they basically ruined the first 2 games by writing a bunch of bullshit for the anime.
It's a good thing I never watched it then.
Yeah, same.
Don't. It actively ruins Danganronpa 2. Like, it's horrible. So I was ready to be disappointed with 3 because I was just like, hey, this is gonna suck. Or at the very least, there's going to be things that are going to disappoint me. And I was right. There are a lot of things that disappoint me. I I'll talk about the stuff I like first, and I do want to keep going because we are going a little long, but I do really like the art. The art style is fantastic. I love the sprites, especially on a couple of the characters. They are very expressive and very funny with their like facial expressions.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the music is good. I really like the remix they did for Monokuma's theme, but some of it's like kind of just like background noise, so that's not really something that I can like notice. And I do like the new like mini games that you play in the trials, like the like little like puzzle game, and there's the one where you're driving the car and it's basically Outrun.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's cute. But the thing that disappoints me is the writing. Specifically, some of the new characters. Some of them are really, really bad. The character that I continuously shine the spotlight on for good reason, her name escapes me.
It's
but
like
she's
Tenko, right?
Oh, yeah. Is that the one
Yeah.
you're talking about with the sprites that are crazy?
Yeah, she has very good sprites.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of the worst characters I've seen in ages. She is basically like, if you have been on Tumblr for any amount of time, you will know what I'm talking about. She's basically one of those characters where like, one of those like shitty comics artists will like draw like their character who's like this smart, like logical man who's just trying to live life with logic, but then some feminazi shows up and starts screaming about how men are not checking their privilege enough. Like, she's basically one of those characters who's just screaming about how awful men are and how she just wants to kill all the disgusting men, and like, it's fucking pathetic. It's so annoying, and she's like a pretty central character in the demo. So every time she opens her mouth, she's talking about how much she wants to just beat up all the men in the room because they're disgusting pigs. And it's like, and like, don't get me wrong, I understand when people are like adverse to interacting with men or masculine people because of trauma that they have been through. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, hey, there is a logical, like, but just the way that this character's presented, it's presented as a funny haha joke that, oh man, she's this goofy character that hates men, ha ha ha.
She's like an obvious caricature of a straw feminist, and it's like, not great. It's not great.
Exactly.
To be fair, I kind of got that vibe from Koizumi in the second one.
Yeah.
It wasn't as, like, abrupt as Tenko's, I feel, but it was, I think it was there.
And that was also frustrating in that game, but it wasn't as prevalent, and, like, she wasn't bringing it up every time she opened her mouth, you know?
True, yeah.
And there's other characters that are frustrating too, like, the inventor girl, like, she has moments, but I can also tell she's going to get very frustrating very quick because all she does is talk about fucking. Like, you'll be like, we have to solve this mystery, and she's like, yeah, if I'm helping you out, it'll be easier like making a virgin come in their pants. And it's like, all right, sure, like, can you tone it down a little bit? Like, you know, I make dirty jokes. I'm fine with the occasional joke about, like, dumb, dirty shit, but it's just, like, it goes too far, and you can tell that it's gonna be constant.
The thing I like about her is, like, the second people call her out on it, though, she's immediately like, oh, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. It's like, she's very clearly insecure in these things she's boasting about, and it's like, it's really annoying, don't get me wrong, but it's like, they know it's annoying, which doesn't make it better, but hopefully, the thing I've liked about doing in Rompa games is they usually set up people's quirks and characteristics, and then eventually through the course of the story, subvert those, or like, their views change, and that stuff, the way they grow as characters is really interesting. And hopefully I want to see like these shitty like straw feminist or like super hypersexual characters eventually like get better. Like I want to help them.
I really think that the characters were just like their personalities were so abrupt just because it's the demo and they kind of want to get the point across of who the characters are. I don't think they're going to be. I think they're going to be a lot more fleshed out in the actual version.
I hope so.
Oh, absolutely.
I absolutely hope so, because I'm just it's like that's why I'm saying like 3's gonna suck. It's more just like I'm worried,
Mm-hmm.
There's characters I liked. I liked the girl who kept calling herself a mage. She's really good.
I love her.
She's great, especially because she also like doesn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
Like she is great. I like her a lot. I also really like the maid girl.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
Oh, she's so cute. People hate her though because they're like, "Oh, she's so perfect."
Oh,
like, why would they put a perfect character? I'm like, no, she's fine.
See, that's when I would say, it's the demo. Like, she's going to there's going to be more to her character. Her facade will start to crumble.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in the sense of like just people who are students who are the best at all of the things they are. She's probably the one who represents that way better than anyone else in the cast. And the way they do it is super like, it's over the top. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. Well, like, another complaint that I have real quick is that I feel like some of the, like, skills are a little bullshit. Like, they made a robot character, and they just made him the ultimate robot.
He's so cute, though. I love him.
Like, I don't hate him, but, like, I kind of wish that he was, like, the ultimate of something really inane, and then he was just, like...
He's just like, incidentally a robot, yeah.
Yeah, like, that would be way funnier. Like, if he was just like, yeah, I'm this robot with, like, all this weaponry and shit, but I'm actually the best at poetry. Like, that would be funny.
Yeah.
And then also, like, the ultimate astronaut is, like, he just, like, snuck into a test and got a good score on it, and that's it.
That's pretty good.
So,
honestly,
I mean, like...
I don't hate that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just... I don't know. I kind of wish that they did something really stupid with it, like, hey, I fucking hijacked a rocket, and I was really good at it. I don't... Hey, Spike Chunsoft, call me. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, no, I mean that's basically the only like major thing that I played, because I put my hands on that Dissidia Final Fantasy NT beta and had no idea what I was doing when I could play it, and I also could not play it like 90% of the time because the matchmaking was so slow it kept dropping me. So not a great beta.
Oh fuck, I forgot I got a code to that and then never used it. Oh, nice.
Maybe don't worry about it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically it. I've been playing more Yakuza Kiwami, but that's basically it. Folks, let's move on to news. There was a lot of news this week, so much so that a couple of us are going to double up, but we're going to try to go fast. So, how about we start with Trex? Trex, why don't we start with you?
All right, mine's probably the simplest. So, to celebrate the franchise's 30th anniversary, Capcom is actually releasing a Street Fighter 2 for the SNES, and they're only making 5,500 copies, so you better get on that.
Yeah, these are like special reprinted versions, right?
Yes, and they're only available in two colors. So if you're one of the 4,550 people who managed to get their hands on this, you're probably going to end up with red to match Ryu's headband. And the lucky 1,000 will get a translucent, glow-in-the-dark Blanca green. Ooh. And these are going to be distributed randomly, so it's not about how fast you get to it, unfortunately. And they are going to start at $100.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this idea of, like, re-releasing old games, but... A, I kind of wish they weren't so limited, and B, I also wish they weren't so expensive. Like, $100 for base Street Fighter 2 is a lot of money for that game.
It is, but it's like if you went and tried to get just a regular, like, SNES game from, like, eBay, it's probably going to be about the same price, unfortunately. Just like the old...
like, complete in box and all that. I mean, yeah, that's fair, and also, like... it is supposed to be a collector's item, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I would love to just like, you know, I'm not going to talk shit about it, but I would excuse me. I would love to like hear from I Am 8-Bit or whoever else ends up making these kinds of things. Like, I would love to hear like, this is how much it costs to print a new SNES game in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Just to like figure out like how mad I should be, I guess.
Yeah. That's fair.
I mean, I am curious about that kind of stuff, because, you know, like, I mean, I don't blame people for wanting to make money off of what they're doing, and, you know, like, there are obviously hidden cost, all kind of stuff. Like, I remember how mad people got when Skullgirls was asking for a bunch of money for a new character, and then they were like, hey, no, we're on the low end of that kind of stuff. And then, like, the Street Fighter team came out and said, like, yeah, it cost us $1 million to make one character for our game. Like,
holy shit.
Yeah, so, you know, it's like, but the reason why I'm not mad about that is because they came out and explained why it cost that much, you know?
I think for a collector's item, $100 really isn't that bad, especially for like heavy Street Fighter fans. Like, I feel like that's right up their alley. And it's the 30th anniversary. I guess I would kind of expect more of like a 50th anniversary kind of deal, but I don't know. That's just me.
Now, there is one other thing about this release that people are worried about. I don't know if you saw.
I guess not.
Now, I kind of feel like people are maybe overreacting a little bit, because I think that it's just I Am 8-Bit trying to like cover their ass with like a little like denotation at the bottom of the page, but it specifically says that there is a chance that this cartridge, because you can use it in a Super Nintendo, it is playable, that the cartridge can set your SNES on fire.
That's not included in this article.
Oh, good.
That's not in this.
Yeah, it's just, like, I feel like it might just be them saying, like, look, there is a very small chance that this could happen, but I'm, like, honestly, there might be a small chance that happens with every SNES game, and, like, people just haven't read the fine print, or maybe it's just because of how they're making these cartridges now or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To me, that sounds like they're loading so much data into this small thing that they're not sure that old SNESs can actually handle it, and they might overheat, which might cause it to light on fire. But
well, no, actually, it's just the ROM for Street Fighter 2. Like, there's no extras on the in the cartridge. It comes with like some extra like in the box. It comes with some extra like art and some other stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head. But
instruction
the cartridge
booklet and supposedly secret retro pack in surprises.
Sure. All right, but yeah, I don't know. All right, let's move on to our next bit of news here. Scott, would you like to talk about your news stories?
I do. The Bethesda Creation Club launched this past week to a pretty tepid response. It's being compared to the paid mods fiasco that happened in 2015, which is, you know, since been swept under the rug by Bethesda a little bit. People being outraged at, like, the idea of having to pay for mods, but it's kind of shittier than that, honestly. Like, the content that's being offered at launch is, like, only cosmetic, pretty much. It's stuff like Pip-Boy skins, or a black version of the standard power armor, and probably, like, one of the more insulting things is, like, a version of power armor made up of, like, the little giddy-up horses that they're calling horsepower armor. And that's, like, not great. They think it's a fun joke, but it's, like, a constant reminder that you should not be scalping your player base for this. This thing seems like such a huge, like, mess. Basically what the Creation Club is it's a way for modders and other community members to be able to put out content on a, like, closed platform for Bethesda, and to have them overlook it, make sure all of it works, and then they release it monetarily for, like, for Creation Club points that you pay real money for. So, and new people who sign up get 100 points. but 100 points is only enough to afford that black power armor and like Pit-Boy skins, and that's it. So it's like they're not really offering a lot to new people, and it's mods on. It's like closed platform mods with the idea that these things are guaranteed to work, but modders already make sure their mods work in games, and it's a way bigger community, and there's way more stuff out there, and it's all free, and it doesn't cost anything. And for the most part, modders even go out of their way to fix Bethesda's games. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't see what the positives are.
It's a tricky thing because, like, Bethesda is trying to, like, come out and be like, oh, we want to make it so modders can start getting paid for their work, but then they pocket the, like, the large amount of the money, and they make mods trickle out, and it takes much longer for them to come out instead of, like, you know, you go on the modders database or anything else like that, and it's like, there's hundreds of things for free already, and it's just, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you know, like, say what you will about Gabe Newell now, but when he said, like, you have to be better than free, that is still true. And, like, if Bethesda wants to actually compete with and outdo, like, free mod databases and stuff like that, they have to make it so modders will want to work with them and people will want to pay money for those mods. And they absolutely have not given people that. They haven't made people want to do that yet on either side. So that's why people are going to keep raising a fuss whenever stuff like this comes out, because it's just not what people want.
It's not a great system. There's one positive I can glean from it, and that is it's actually offering PlayStation users more stuff, because like compared to like what Fallout 4 was already offering for mods, which was like no external stuff can be used on these mods. It's all stuff that's in the game and in the DLC. This is like, hey, this is brand new stuff that a PS4 user can finally use, but you know, you have to pay for it, and it's, for the most part, it's nowhere near as interesting as mods on other platforms, so it's like, it's still not great. And the cool thing about at least the PS4 mod platform for Bethesda games is the people who do that go out of their way to like absolutely break the game and break the like requirements that they have in order to do ridiculous things that they otherwise normally wouldn't be able to do. They still can't add new things into it, but it's like, it's this like creativity by limits, and it's really neat. It's cool stuff, and like, having another outlet to maybe get a gold Pit-Boy is like, whatever, don't care.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to talk about your second thing real quick?
Yeah. Do you like Half-Life?
Marginally.
Oh, man. Aren't you excited for Half-Life 3?
Not really.
Oh. Oh, well, guess what? It's out, baby. And by that, I mean a sort of Half-Life 3 fanfic written by the original writer of Half-Life, Mark Laidlaw, was released on his website titled Epistle 3, which is an account from the point of view of Gertrude Fremont, who,
It's episode 3 specifically, not Half-Life 3, because like the whole point of it was to kind of be like, well, Valve's never going to do episode 3, so I'm going to write this so that way they eventually will make Half-Life 3, you know?
Well, I don't think they're ever going to actually make it. It's more like, this is a to me, it read like, this is a thing I wanted, this is a thing people want, and I want to actually be able to share this with the world, which is why, you know, all the names and important characters are all changed, so maybe Valve can't get their grubby little hands on it. You know, protecting the people in the story. But yeah, it's an account of essentially what happened after Half-Life 2 Episode 2, where Gordon and the gang managed to board the Borealis, which is a ship that exists outside of time and space, and also inside simultaneously. And it's actually a really cool story. Like, if you're into science fiction at all, and especially if you're into Half-Life, you should definitely seek it out. There's paste bins that replace all the names with the original names out there, and it's really cool and totally worth reading. It's really super wild that the idea that episode 3 is kind of like, it's never going to get made. any more Half-Life stuff, not gonna get made. Valve just isn't interested anymore. So here's a way that Mark Laidlaw can let the players who have been craving this thing since fucking 2007? 2006? Earlier than that?
A long time.
A long time. Like, over, like, a decade. Players who've been craving this thing can finally, like, get a chance to get some kind of resolution. And it does, like, the story does end with resolution. It also maybe leaves things open for more stuff. But it's, like, it's a really cool thing that Mark Laidlaw went out and did for fans. Mm-hmm. And yeah. I highly suggest you go out of your way to read it.
All right. Michael.
Yeah.
Would you please bring us through your news?
Let's run down the Nindies.
Yes.
Which is probably the worst term in all of video games. I think.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, Nintendo had a stream of all the independent games coming to the Switch sometime soon. It is clearly in conjunction with PAX because all the trailers on their YouTube channel say PAX West trailer. So, real subtle about when all this stuff will be playable. Yeah, so they had a quick little stream and ran down a bunch of games. So I'll run down a lot of the major kind of the hits, as the kids say. First up is a sequel. I guess it's a sequel to Super Meat Boy called Super Meat Boy Forever. Which
it's a full sequel.
It looks like a runner. Like the footage they show in the trailer, Meat Boy never stops. It looks like you are jumping and hitting buttons to perform actions that then, like slide, jump, punch, which propels him forward. It never really shows it like you're stopping, and it doesn't look like a puzzle. Like, I mean, there are puzzle elements, but it looks more like a puzzle element of an endless runner than the original Meat Boy formula. And I would rather play original Meat Boy than an endless runner. I have no interest in an endless runner. Maybe it's not that, and they just the trailer just wanted to show nothing but action, but that it didn't really get my goat. There was Floor Kids, which is a B-Boy game, which is fucking weird as shit. Polybridge is coming to the Switch. Big news, Kentucky Route Zero is not only coming to the Switch called Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition, which is a pretty bad name, is coming to the Switch early next year, along with Act 5, and will be the same time that Act 5 is released. So for all the Kentucky Route Zero fans, it is ending next year, at the beginning of next year. Act 5 is coming out, so if you have been waiting a long time, because at least, 2 years for that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe longer than that. Yeah.
It's 2 years. 2-3 years sounds about right.
Yeah, I think 3. Yeah.
So that's coming. It'll finally be in your hands and available on the Switch. SteamWorld Dig 2 got a release date that's actually coming out next month. It's coming out in September.
Nice.
There was Mulaka, which I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Is based on a Native American tribe in northern Mexico that were known for. I actually know a little bit about this tribe that were known for their long running abilities. They were able to run incredible distances, miles after miles after miles, in bare feet, and they're also very skilled warriors. They have actually tried to figure out why these Native Americans could do that and not have back problems or leg problems. And it's the theory behind some of the Vibrams shoes, the toe shoes. And the theory is that your plain feet are better at, if you walk a certain way, if you're taught to walk a certain way, are better at absorbing impact than shoes, because shoes give too much cushion. But this game looks really colorful. You transform into birds and do a lot of attacking. I couldn't really tell what kind of game it was other than an action platformer in that trailer. There was Yano, which is a adorable elephant. There was Battle Chef Brigade, which is an Adult Swim game, which I don't know if that's out in other places, but that's coming to the Switch.
It's definitely on PC as well, but yeah, that's that game where you're a character that's basically on Chopped, but you're in a fantasy world, so you have to go out and hunt down monsters and plants and then bring them back to the kitchen and use them in your recipes.
Yeah, it's like the recipe is like a puzzle game, and then the hunting of the recipes or the hunting of the ingredients is like an action game. There was Morphe's Law, which looked incredible. It is a multiplayer shooter, and you are robots that kind of look Day of the Dead-ish. And when you shoot an opponent, they don't die, but whatever body part you hit shrinks and expands on you. So if you shoot them in the head, their head will shrink and it'll expand on you. So it'll actually get harder to shoot your opponent and easier to shoot you. And as you expand, your huge avatar, which sits next to the map, will expand. And the first team to get their avatar to expand up high, big enough wins. There was a bunch of other titles. Let's see if any of the, that's pretty much it. There was Golf Story, which looked pretty dope. It's like a golf RPG.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah. Steam World Dig, I already mentioned. And Sausage Sports Club, which is like I don't even know what it is. It just looked like an adorable animal game and has a great name, Sausage Sports Club. There was a bunch of other games. A lot of them looked really neat. So if you have the time to watch the full presentation, which is on the story on the site, you can just go under news and look for the Nindies story, and the whole thing should be at the bottom. They pretty much rapid fire through all those trailers. It's a 22-minute presentation, but it's just trailer. There's also one other announcement, but I'm gonna set it over to John, who's probably completely nude, covered in honey, and raring to go.
So, they announced one other game during this event. Oh boy.
Just say it. Come on. It's not the second coming of Christ. Holy shit.
Alright, so they announced... Well, they didn't announce it, but they gave details for the first time on the latest entry in the No More Heroes series. It's called Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. So the trailer itself was a bit more style than substance. It showed a character who's called The Bad, who is the father of one of the bosses from the first No More Heroes game. He's coming to take revenge for his daughter's death by killing Travis. So he breaks into Travis's trailer, and as he walks in there, you notice that there is a console playing Hotline Miami in the background, like straight up Hotline Miami. So Travis and the Bad start fighting, but suddenly the console awakens and drags them into the game. So the premise of this game seems to be that Travis Touchdown and I guess this other guy are going to travel through different game worlds, and Travis is going to interact with a bunch of other indie games. So I guess Hotline Miami will be one of the worlds that Travis will travel into. It's really weird, but also just incredibly exciting, just thinking about all the different things that, Travis could get it up to, all the different indie games that might cross over. I'm excited, obviously.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it called Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, or No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again?
The first one.
Okay, because nothing officially lists it as that. It all says No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again.
That's what it said in the press release that I got.
Okay.
So I'm going by that.
Everything else says the other way around. Other than the trailer, which says it that way, the first way.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I got from the press release.
This sounds like the Kingdom Hearts of our generation. Do you agree?
They're still making Kingdom Hearts, so no. The Kingdom Hearts.
That's for some other shitty generation. This is our generation.
The Kingdom Hearts train wreck is still happening.
Yeah. I mean, Kingdom Hearts was a celebration.
Of what?
Of Disney and weird RPG bullshit.
No, when you take out the trash, it's not a celebration. Okay, it's a tragedy.
Stuff is a celebration.
No. No.
But look, that at
It's
least
still a trash can. It still smells. You still have to trudge out there, rain or shine. That garbage truck is a-coming. You gotta go. Nothing about that is fireworks and clapping. I'm sorry.
they're at the very least trying to have some kind of like positive spin on it.
Yeah, right.
But I feel like Travis Strikes Again is going to be purely mayhem. Like, Travis is gonna fucking kill some motherfuckers. That's what's gonna happen in this game. But I'll talk more about that later. The other thing that I wanted to touch on real quick is that there was a Yakuza stream this past weekend, and they announced some new games. The first one they talked about was Yakuza Kiwami 2, which is a remake of Yakuza 2. It's going to be basically what they did with the first Kiwami, except they're using the Dragon engine, which is the engine that they used for 6. So that'll be real pretty and nice. The next game that they announced was Yakuza Online, which is a free-to-play game that's going to be on phones and PC. And that is starring a new character named Ichiban Kusuga. And he is going to be the new protagonist now that Kiryu is out of the game after Yakuza 6. That's coming out next year, with microtransactions and all that. The last game that they... I'm sorry?
I said big fan of microtransactions.
We all
Love
are.
them.
The last game was the star of the show. They revealed a game called Hakoto no Gotoku, which, roughly translated, is a Fist of the North Star crossover with Yakuza. It's
Fist of
basically...
my asshole.
No. It is... They basically just took the Yakuza engine, they took Kiryu, and they just replaced him with Kenshiro. Like, it's a Yakuza game, but you are playing as Fist of the North Star characters in the Fist of the North Star environment.
Okay, I was gonna say, are you gonna run through the city as Kenshiro?
It's not Kamurocho, but it's a populated like city. It's called Eden, and they mention like it has electricity and running water, so it's like a haven city.
Right. That seems like a good place to do that. Like, you can do a lot of Kenshiro's cool signature moves in the Yakuza engine. That seems like a good fit to me.
Yeah, it's like the trailer is absolutely incredible because Kiryu's voice actor is playing Kenshiro in this game.
Okay.
So, cool. Like, there's a trailer for this game that it's showing, like, Ichiban walking away from Kiryu, and then this dude, like, gets up and is like, oh, Kiryu, like, he's about to, like, fight him, and then Kiryu pokes his head, the guy backs up a little bit, and then Kiryu just goes, you are already dead, and then the guy, but then it shifts back, it shifts the camera back to the guy, and he's, like, a Fist of the North Star guy, and his head explodes, and then it shifts back, and Kiryu is just Kenshiro, and he starts, like, charging up energy. It's so fucking good.
That's real good, yeah.
Yeah, just just go watch the trailers. They are fantastic. My fingers and toes are all crossed that that's going to come to the US. But yeah, that's it for news. Michael, would you like to bring us in 2 questions?
You can email us at podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go over to Tumblr. Nope, that's not it. videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. If you have the burning desire to inquire about video games or just like random shit that you want to know about. And you'll sound like these people sound like these people who sound like these people. King Cheddar, the 17th. King Cheddar the 17th.
Oh, Ched.
Asks, here's a very serious question. Are rabbits good now? I just want a yes or no answer out of everybody. We're going to start with Scott.
They were always good.
Ooh. All right. Trex?
No. Once a sinner, always a sinner.
All right. John?
Yes.
I'm with Trex. No, they're trash. What are you talking about?
Right down the middle. Wow. Okay.
No. Like, can minions redeem themselves? No. Can rabbits redeem themselves? No. I'm sorry. No.
Slack is going to be on fire after this.
Yeah. If minions star in a from what I have heard from Ryan.
Hold on. Pump your brakes and think about the words you're going to say. You are going to say minions are redeemable. Allow yourself to walk into this trap.
Maybe.
Go.
Maybe.
Listen, just because the rabbits have one good thing going for them, it doesn't mean that they're good.
Yep.
Yeah, but Mario X Minions Kingdom Battle. No. What's something even dumber than that? Mario X Rabbids at the Olympic Games. Got it.
There you
Mario
go.
X Minions at the Olympic Games. Got it.
Oh,
Got
Lord.
it. 1,000,000%. Shipped. Sold. It's done.
Reported.
Remember, like you're walking in crazy territory. Like, oh, the rabbits are that bad. You're not like in the Nintendo side of the house where it's like, oh, we're safe and the designers think about things and games take forever. No, you're in Rabbids territory. You're deep in the war zone, man.
You know what? That game sounds cool. I want to try it.
Moving on. Anonymous asks, I can only imagine how hyped up John must be for the new No More Heroes news. I thought NMH was like No Man's Sky. I was like,
John, big No Man's Sky fan.
no, shut up about it.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. Yeah.
Does he have theories regarding this new entry? If you could read his Twitter, it's like another language.
Yeah, that's exactly what the answer to this question is. Read John's Twitter.
I made a bunch of tweets. Look, I don't really have. There are a couple of things that weren't theories per se, and more just stuff that I hope happens. One of the things that I did like, though, that I just wanted to point out was that Travis is living in a trailer now in this game, and I think it is an explicit reference to Devolver Digital, because. Can you let me talk?
Huh? Yeah, sure. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Go ahead.
It's a reference to Devolver Digital because at E3 they show their games in trailers. So I thought that was
that's funny.
Yeah, it's cute.
So he was at E3?
Maybe we just didn't notice. I mean, well, Suda was in Devolver's E3
Just keep
presentation.
going. Just keep going.
Okay,
just keep going.
So, just one other thing that I want to say is that recently in an interview, it was about the Switch. Suda, the interviewer was talking to Suda about like what he wanted to do with his No More Heroes project and all that. And another creator was there, and it was Kodaka from Danganronpa. And Suda pretty explicitly said, if I ever make something that I could put Monokuma into as a boss or a assist character, I would like to do that. And Kodaka said yes. So I am
when
saying
was this interview?
Pretty recently. I can't tell you exactly when, but it was
right.
it was after No More Heroes got announced, but before they revealed like what it was going to be about. And Kodaka said yes. So I'm going to stake my claim, and I'm going to say there is going to be a Danganronpa level in that game.
You know that image from Always Sunny, where Charlie, I think it's Charlie, is in like the basement, and the walls are covered in corkboard and red strings everywhere, and it's like, if you look over here, that's you right now.
By the way, you are talking about the image where they're all pointing at a painting and says, "I'm done. I fucking hate. I had enough of this guy." That's the image you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Shoeless writes in and says, what does Duke Nukem's vape look like, and what flavor would he use to produce some quality cotton?
The flavor is definitely some kind of fucking alcoholic thing, because he sucks ass. And it definitely has a fucking, like, radiation symbol on it, and maybe even, like, a naked woman. It sucks.
It is the shape of a naked woman with, instead of her nipples, it's the radiation symbol.
Oh my
and then
God.
same for other various sensitive areas. And the flavor is margarita.
Holy shit.
Anyone want to build on this lore?
I can't top that. No.
All right. Moving on. Anonymous asks, what was your first immediate reaction to that one YouTube channel that remakes video game music with the original sound fonts, but fucks with the melodies and replaces them with Flintstones and shit?
Excuse me?
I have no clue what this is referring to.
Can I get a link?
Channel. It's really good.
It sounds abhorrent.
Yeah, that's that like Silva Gunner thing. Because
Yeah.
there's a popular YouTube channel that just uploads video game soundtracks, and then a collective of like SoundCloud musicians and like joke meisters basically like gathered together and made like a parody of that channel. So all of their videos look like they're just the uploads of the video game songs, but when you listen to them, they're all jokes.
Yeah, it's not like Donkey Kong theme X Seinfeld remix. It's Donkey Kong Country main theme or something, and then it just fucking plays that shit. It's really good.
Yeah, they'll use like the same sound fonts and they'll like do remixes and stuff, and like so you'll click on it and it's like, oh, I'm thinking I'm clicking on a song from F-Zero, but then it's the F-Zero sound font, but it's playing like the Flintstones theme song.
Great.
It's real good.
Great. All right. One more question. You can, again, send questions by emailing us at podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go over to our Tumblr, which is videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. And if you put in / that's a / ASK, that spells ask, you can ask us a question like these questions asked us a question. Century Punk finishes us off by asking, if you got a badass Yakuza tattoo on your back, what would it be of?
I think it would just be like a giant, not just on my back, but also down my shoulders. I don't know how it's going to pull it off, but it's going to do it. But it's definitely going to be just a big old tattoo of Bowser having sex with Mario.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
Well, who's on top?
Okay. Mario, of course.
Wow. Yeah, see, I would have thought it the other way around.
And they're like, they're like belly to belly, like they're missionary. They're both gazing at each other's eyes lovingly.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
sweet. That's
Yeah.
very sweet.
That's my
Love
tattoo.
Nice.
And I
That's
already
real
have
good.
it.
Great. John, what do you got?
I would want a back tattoo of
Yep.
Santa flipping the bird.
Nice. Fucking
Yeah.
nice.
Trex, do you have an answer that's
Yeah,
not ridiculous and dumb?
I would get the word Yakuza down my back, written like a 3-year-old.
So everyone knows what you're about.
Yeah. This badass bitch did it myself.
Just reach back there like, why?
I had a real answer.
But he's a fool here now.
Yeah. So I'll just have to switch it up and
No,
say...
what is it?
No, you didn't earn it.
Ooh,
You didn't
Wow.
earn it.
spicy.
Wow.
So I would probably get the cover to video game legend 50 Cent Blood on the Sand on the back.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Mm.
Okay.
That's it. That's it for questions.
All right. Thank you very much, Michael.
Mhm.
And I would like to thank our other co-hosts that joined us today, Scott, Trex. Thank you
Yo,
very
what
much.
up?
You're welcome. Blessed.
I did the peace sign again. I don't know why I do that. It's just every time I say what up, it's like instinctual.
Maybe you need to stop saying what up then.
fucking
Maybe
right,
you need
yeah.
to say what up more often.
Mm.
All right. So thank you, listener, for listening. We have some reviews up on the site for you to check out. Michael should have his Rock of Ages review.
Absolver review is coming along with a video.
Yes, we got plenty of videos, plenty of writing to do. By the time you hear this, they will be back from it, but
Nope. Not yet.
Okay. No, well, they might be. We'll see.
No. Andy is at PAX West. Andy will be there until Monday. So our coverage of PAX will be coming out around then. This will come out after some of the stuff Andy has been into has already happened. So if you want to see Andy do the tussle, get into it, punch Dave Lang in the back, you can go to Twitch. I think it's the PAX 3 channel will have the remnants, the tragedy that is the PAX Royal Rumble. And Andy is participating, so you can go see how well or how poorly Andy represented us
Great.
in the Rumble, but also look forward to some video stuff coming out of that, and whatever else comes out of that. We'll try to have Andy on the podcast next week. I'm not sure how that'll happen with their schedule, but we'll try to have a wrap up with that. And we will completely forget that Mike Casamano's there because it's Mike Casamano.
Yeah, we'll be too busy booing him when we see him.
Yeah. So look, I just more meant like giving people a heads up that they were there. But yeah, like if you want to see Andy in the PAX Rumble, you can watch it live if it's still live. Or
it happens Sunday morning. This comes out at Sunday night.
Okay, look, I don't know how fast Niall gets stuff done. Sometimes it comes out a day early, okay?
No, it's usually Sundays.
Well, I put trust in Niall to get it done whenever things get done. So, you know what? Fine. It'll have happened already.
It'll definitely every day on every week at the site.
It'll happen. It'll be super late this week because fuck you. No. Look,
I think John just goes off the rails.
Yeah.
There will be a VOD of it most
Someday,
likely
2 months after it happens.
It's usually on YouTube pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The Twitch recording, but like the actual put together one is usually
that takes years.
Yeah.
It takes years.
You'll be able to watch it in some way or another very soon. And also, I would just like to remind everybody to subscribe to us on iTunes and rate and review us because that helps us out tremendously. It also helps to reblog, retweet, or otherwise share our content because getting eyes on our prize is how we keep afloat. And lastly, I would just like to remind everybody to, if you want a cool, good place to hang out on Discord, the GameZone.zone, if you type that into your browser of choice, it will bring you to a link to join our Discord server. And we would love to have you. So, please check the site, and we will see you next week with yet another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. Good night, all.